Welcome everybody. Woohoo! Live stream number two. Echo. Good to see everybody in the house. And of course, big shout out to everybody in Las Vegas, partying up while we're out in the rest of the world, pretty much. Hopefully you guys are having a good time though. Man, they look like they're having some really nice meetups. The golf tournament looks really like it was fun. And of course, nightlife and all the rest of it. Managed to watch a little bit of Crypto Heartbeat, a little bit of Craig Wadding there, and and of course a lot of the KSB TV stuff there. It was pretty fun. Let me know if you've been watching some of that stuff online. It's looked like it was pretty good. Anyway, we are here, and of course, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. Also put out two videos, how-to videos on how to buy Hex and mint the Perpetuals, the base trio, Lucky and Dicky, and also how to buy Maxi and mint the team. So those are kind of nice ones for beginners. So hopefully that was a little bit of help to some people out there. Now, we're having a lot of fun. I got a video queued up for later tonight on Pulsechain, so that's coming out probably in about 5 hours' time. And of course, that's a short form. I said I was going to do some more, hopefully do a lot more short form videos. And of course, we have two live streams a day, which tend to be, somewhere between an hour and an hour and a half, although they've been pretty long lately. The other one, of course, we've got going to have a lot more short form videos around somewhere between 5 and 12 minutes, that sort of ballpark. So hopefully that suits other people. Very cool. Let's see who's in the house. Hex Idol. Woohoo! Good to see Hex Idol. Big welcome Hex Token as well. And James Bond in the house. Pump it, says James Bond. And of course, Blobfish King in the house. Who minted and staked my team already? Well, gas is low. Gas is very low to do it. Not going to cost you much at all. I think I did two of mine were like 65 cents, 75 cents for approvals. They're pretty low. And of course, it's probably similar amount for the actual minting. So very, very cool. Blog HP in the house there. Hello. Made it, says HP. We've had some unusual opens, I must say. We have some unusual opens in the markets. We're going to get into the markets later. First of all, we're going to look at the team of Perpetuals. Then we're going to get into Hedron. And Hedron making another attempt to go to all-time high. People talking about the Hex God well, buying in, all sorts of stuff like that. We're going to talk about things that's going to be a lot of fun. All right, cool. I haven't seen any evidence of that one, but that's what we're going to talk about. So let's get into it, folks. This is the results at the moment on the dashboard. I'm going to post this in the chat there. Do save it to your favorites. If you have minted some team, minted some base trio, Lucky Dicky, do get in there and do that. I'm going to put a little poll out right now as we get into it. And have you let's say minted a team? Have you minted Perpetuals? Let me Perpetuals. Was it the base a trio Lucky? I don't have enough words for that, so you guys know what I'm talking about. Perpetuals, and of course, have you done both? Both minted both, and of course, what else there? And none. All right, none. That's good enough. Woohoo! All right, cool. Let's get into it. The other thing, of course, is save that to your favorites. That's pretty cool. Let's have a look at the results. These are pretty much, we're not quite a day in. Now, there's a little bit of difference here. The calendar on the dApps is a little different. Obviously, we didn't start, I think it was about 8:30, so I think it was pretty late. Maybe we started at 4:15, about 2.5 hours, so that's 6:15 plus a half hour, 6:45. So we're almost up to a day. I think we've still got about an hour to go before they actually launched. So we're not quite at 24 hours. We're probably about 23 hours, somewhere in that ballpark at the moment. So not quite there. Now, minting is going on until the 27th of UTC. So we're kind of 21 days plus a little bit, aren't we? A little bit, 21 days plus. Now, there is a countdown on the dApps. We'll check that out later. We're kind of probably about 23 hours in at the moment. So these are the results so far. We're going to just quickly refresh these to get the latest and greatest. Of course, things that people are minting all the time. And, of course, get into that poll. That would be cool. We've got the base. 7.29 million has been minted so far. 7.29 million. We've got the T-shares, 377 T-shares so far. Just as context, remember that the Maxi 15.2-year stake was 42,000 T-shares. Obviously, that was 294.3 million Hex went into that. And, of course, the share rate was slightly lower than it is today. The average, the APY of that was 11.9. And, of course, that's the estimated one for the base. that assumes a 6.3 Hex daily payout per T-share. We know that over time, these payouts are going to go up, but the share rate's going up too. So just remember that. The trio there is a 6.84 million. And of course, that's pretty good. 472 T-shares at the stage, a 15.9% estimated APY. So if you're wondering what the APYs on this are, that's what they are. But in addition to this, of course, we've got the team DAO token. I would suggest if you get into these, you probably want to get a bit of team as well. So you've got that ownership token, because that's the one that's going to, grow as the ecosystem grows. So the more products that come out from the Maximus team, staking pools and other sort of staking things, possibly for the ownership tokens, things like that, the more benefits you're probably going to get through the team DAO token. So cool. The Lucky as well, 6.89 million through that. 790 shares, 23.7% estimated APY, and a Decky there, 10-year one. So that's 1, 3, 7, and 10 years. A 10-year one for Decky there, 13.96 million, like a boss there. 1,800 T-shares already. That's getting a bit more like the big Maximus one. And of course, 29.66% APY on that. Very, very cool. Once again, people can go in on all four of them. Some people might just select one more than others. And of course, some might just put all into Decky there with the APY there up at 29.66. So interesting what people might do. And of course, pick up some team with Maxi. You need Maxi for team. And of course, we've got 21 days to play this out. So there's a lot of players are going to do a lot of things. And there are things that are pro, things that, things are going to move different asset classes around between Hex and Maxi. And of course, the outcome for the base trio, Lucky, Decky, and team token. So there's a lot of players, a lot of whales going to move and things like that. So it's going to be a lot of fun. The team, on the other hand, is 19.06 million has been minted. This is phenomenal. Really strong result within like 23 hours. Really good result. Stake team, 13.4 million. And a liquid team, 5.58 million. So that's about 75%. So pretty good. The Maxi breakdown, out of the 19 million of team minted, there is 3.8 million is burned. That's going to be burned, at the end of the phase, after 21 days. And of course, the Maxi rebate is going to have 5.72 million Maxi going to the reward pool for year 3, 6, and 9. And of course, the Maxi mystery box there at a 9.53 million. And who knows what the mystery box is going to be. However, have you seen the minting guidelines that kind of said about the mystery there? You may get some mystery rewards in the team token. So they seem to line up with those words, don't they? So we'll find out in due course. Let's go to, I've got a little summary sheet here. Now, this is probably a little bit outdated because I did put this together. But we got 3.29 there, 3.29, 6.84, and so forth. So I've just added these up just quickly. So we're looking at around 35 million in total for the first, pretty much first day. We've still got about an hour to go. So we're not quite there yet. But there's a good, it's a good indication. Around over 35 million probably is what we have, because I think we've probably got slightly more now. And away we go. The projected, of course, if we project this out this one day for 21 days, then of course we're looking at 153 mil, 143, 144, 292 mil. Remember, Hex has a lot of circulating supply, and so many billions in circulating supply. So we could definitely do a linear predictions. Okay, obviously we're going to have a nice strong start. We may have some up and down days as we go. Obviously, as the word spreads, more and more people come in. So we may not. We may just have, it keeps us sort of ticking up. That's always possible. And then at the end on day 20, day 21, we could see some real big rallies as some of the big players look at the portfolio and go, yeah, I'm keen to go in. I'm happy to put my Maxi in team. I'm happy to put my Hex in the pools, and away we go. So it's going to be a bit of that going on at the end. And I think it's going to be even more magnified than the What's NFTs. There's going to be a lot bigger scale. But at the moment, we're currently on target at just on a linear projection at 733 mil, which is above our 600 mil we want, right? 150 million for bigger pays better bonus. That's kind of where we were targeting to get that 10% bonus there. And of course, currently on a linear basis at 733. Obviously, this is going to change over time, but that is kind of close to our day one result. We've still got probably about an hour to go before we actually roll over based on yesterday's live stream. The team, of course, I think that's right. Yeah, I think that's right. So a team there, of course, 19.1 million. Let's just double check that. Yeah, 9.1. And of course, that's about 6.5%. So instead of doing this as a projection, because the numbers are pretty silly, they're like the projection of 21 days would be more than the supply of Maxi. So instead of using that, we've got the projection at a percentage of the Maxi supply. We're currently at about 6.5% of all maxis gone in into that supply. So that's a pretty interesting number and bodes well for the future. Now, we were talking about, remember, we were mucking around going, maybe we'll get 20%. Remember that? We were talking about 20%. So it's looking kind of good at this stage, especially when I think we're going to get a big run on the last day. I really do think that that's going to happen. We've already had some whales talk about, I'm going to wait and see. I know, of course, we've got a lot of people coming in early, all the people with a lot of passion and belief in this coming in early. So we'll see as the word spreads. So we've got more and more people spreading the word. Obviously, if you've got Team Token, you want to spread the word to all the Hexkins and and no coiners, everybody to buy Hex and put it into Perpetuals because that's going to increase your rewards, right? The bigger the bigger these ones are, the more rewards you'll get with 50% the bigger pays better bonus in the Hedron as well on a 1x, on the base bonus there for Hedron, which is 1 Hedron per B share per day. So depending on the length of these particular staking pools. The burn at 3.8 is currently 1.3% of the maxi supply is going to be burned. But of course, that doesn't include the fact that we're also going to have 13.48. We're going to have 5.72 million go into the maxi rebate. That means it's off the market for many years to come. So 50% will be either 20% will be burned, 30% will be off the market for years to come. That's 50%. So and who knows what the mystery box will do? And of course, I have some suspicions, but who knows what it will do? And that's kind of off the market too, unless it decides to sell it, which is the wild card factor there, which would kind of be anti-benevolent in my view, even though some people might pick up Maxi at a pretty nice cheap price. But that's kind of the way it goes there at this stage. Hope you guys like that quick summary. That is kind of where we're at now. Let's see how we get on for the next 20 days or so. And of course, don't forget, I've done just 2 how-to videos on how to mint Maxi into Team and Hex into the Perpetuals base trio, Lucky and Dicky. So cool. That's kind of where we're at. Let's see what comments we've got in the chat there. Then I'll leave that on there. Do a refresh again. Let's see, we're getting closer and closer there on 40 million on the Dicky there. Getting pretty close. All right, let's get into it. We've got a couple more comments, so let's do that. Baldfish Skin says, who minted my stake and Team already? Yeah, that was funny, man. That was funny. Michael says, my wallet. No, don't worry. My studio is not playing properly. My wallet keeps saying error, says Michael. You might want to close it all down and reboot. If you're using a phone, you might want to open it up in the browser on the MetaMask. I think that's the technique for that one. Jonathan Compala says, all I know is Superman is a real one, period. Thanks for your hard work, brother. Hey, Jonathan, pleasure, man. Always a pleasure. Always great to see you in the chat too. I guess was it 4 Gwei when I worked the magic. Awesome stuff. Yeah, we're in pretty low Gwei, so it's not costing you too much to do the transactions. Maybe you got to prove the token spend, and then you've got to mint. Those are 2 things, and of course, that's the way to go. And what else? We've got the stake as well if you're staking. Andrew Reynolds says, moving some money around before I can mint. Going to mint all of them. And Team, we'll see if I have lettuce hands or not afterwards, says Andrew. Nice one. Yeah, that's the other side of it, right? So there are people with long-term views, people with short-term views as well, particularly with the Hedron hype, I would say. He's Down Under says, what's fresh, Shootman? Bet you wish you were busting moves at Power City Party. Well, yeah, possibly He's Down Under. I know it's going to be fun there, that's for sure. I do like that Cabana pool party. That kind of fits me well. Although, yeah, that's been a while for that too. Not in Vegas is Wookie. Woohoo, Superman streaming all day. That's the way. Yeah, if they're all partying up. I saw a few people over there. What was it? Corey Costa, I think, is there. I finally got his name right. Sorry about that the other day there, Corey. And, of course, who else is in there? Abit's there. Craig's there. CC's there. Crypto Heartbeat's there. There's heaps of them are there. So it's pretty fun. They look like they're having a good time. I saw who else there? Yeah, heaps of them. I just can't remember all the names at the moment. Thank you for your beautiful spirit, Superman, says Jonathan. You're welcome. Dave Dunn says, Superman is the man. Have learned so much watching Hex Token over the last year. Hey, that's really nice, Dave Dunn. I appreciate that. Big shout out to you. A1 in the house could say A1. Keep living in the moment and learning from each other, y'all. We are all one. Nice one, Jonathan. I do appreciate that. And the Human Healer says, RH has created a revolution in crypto. Yeah, it's just building up, isn't it? Just really just magnifying all the time. Human Healer, all these talented people coming into the ecosystem, expanding it and growing it. It really is amazing. John says, I'm a normal human being trying to help one another. I was put here to help people. Individual freedom is what matters. That is so true. We're for freedom for sure. I didn't put up a mask on one time. Just had my third beautiful baby, my little boy, Grady, born last month. Congratulations to you again on that one, Jonathan. Big shout out. All right, cool. So this is where we are at this moment, and we're going to jump over to the markets. The market's BTC at 19,791, and of course Ethereum at 1660, up 6%. Are we going to get that second wave? It's looking better and better and better for ETH merge coming up. Second wave, I've talked about that for a while, and here we are on the 6th of September Kiwi time, and of course that's probably still the 5th, I guess, in the US. Let me double check that. In Los Angeles, it's still the 5th. In New York, it's just turned the 6th. It's about 2:30 in the morning, 2:20 in the morning. In the US, it's still 11:20 in Los Angeles. So I guess that's pretty close to the Las Vegas time. And of course, London is just waking up 20 past 7. Unless you're a farmer, then you probably woke up a few hours ago. That's kind of it. So looking good, man. This is why I said the window opportunity looking good. Let's jump over to the Hex ecosystem. Have a look at Hex. Woohoo! Hex is on the move. Is it on the move? Like we talked about, the indicators saying it's slightly more likely to move up than down. And we're currently at 4.3, but still, we've got to break out, don't we? We have to break out here. But that's looking pretty nice at this stage. Let's see what we can do. Good old Hex. The other thing, of course, is we've got the maxi price. That has decided to make a move too. We were sitting just below 9 cents, remember, in our first live stream. That is now at 9.1. And, of course, that's looking good too. The RSI, plenty of room in the RSI for a nice little drive up. Last time we got up to 10.4 cents with the spike up at 11.44. We had a big whale decide, number 3 or 4 whale, somewhere in that, decided to sell down the position, move into Hedron. That has turned out to be the right play because they have ended up on the Hedron push to the all-time target here. So Hedron up at 5,818 with a high of 6,078 today. So definitely pushing up towards trying to get to that high. There is the all-time high there in the orange at 7,272. And of course, we're currently at 5,818. So definitely in a chance to do that. We are high on the RSI, but we've got room to move, not quite in the overbought territory. And of course, if we got some nice big strong candles, might be able to make that happen. And of course, someone talked about the Hex Godwell being in there. I haven't actually gone around to try and search that. I've just been so busy doing YouTube videos, the how-to videos and things like that. I haven't had a chance to check that all out, but someone said it, so why not? There we go. So we definitely pull back here. The maxi whale that sold out looks like it's been a good move because they bought in around about here, 4,700 or somewhere, didn't they? So they're up pretty nice on that too. Acosa, of course, is at $1.30, moving up with Hex. Pretty much bonded for the moment with the HSI buybacks. Be interesting to see whether that ever gets broken with the big Acosa inflation event happening in November with the HSI auctions and liquidations. It's going to be interesting to see that. Now, I've got the team token in here, but the team is pretty much got a small liquidity pool, so it's not really worth much, I guess. But let's have a look at, we've got the Maxi team pair, and that is in here. And of course, that's moving around with the Maxi pair team. So it should be pretty much, tracking 1-to-1. It's got 100,000K liquidity in that pair. But that's kind of where we are at this stage on that one. That's on the 15 minutes. So it hasn't been around for long. On the hourly there, what's that? A few hours, maybe 9 hours, 10 hours has that been around. So cool. Looking good on the hourly here. Let's go to the hourly on the USD, even though it's got a small liquidity pool. In fact, I'm not even sure how much is on there on the liquidity pool for that. Let me have a look on the team there for that. That had $1,000 with last time I added. I didn't actually. I think it was the first one up. That's why I just added it. Yeah, $1,000. So yeah, not much worth doing there. All right, cool. Might have to reset these charts afterwards, but it's pretty much how we're going on there. Let's have a look at the BNB and the airdrops and the wildcards. I need to rename that to wildcards because I like that name. We've got Pulse Dodge coin there. Remember, BNB is, let me have a look at BNB. Let me get away from Bitcoin.com. We want to keep away from that. Bitcoin.com it is. So let's keep away from that. We're going to jump over to I just want to check the BNB price. There we are. So BNB is actually up 1.7%, so 281. So it gives you a bit of context for these coins. So Pulse Dodge is currently at just under 4/10 of a penny, not looking too hot as well. And P33 looking a bit sad there at 9.2. At some stage, that might be a good buy entry. Hard to tell at this stage. And of course, we're at 9,300 there on IM, Internet Money. That's not happening. So not much happening in any of those. And so we're going to jump over to something possibly that may be better. We've got the weight token, which not many people have claimed. Only about 4 to 6% have claimed. And of course, every day about 4.3, 4.5 million, somewhere in that ballpark, is being accrued to everybody that's not claiming, which is, the vast majority of people. Currently in this little tight trading range, we're just under 6/10 of a penny at the, 6/10 of a penny at the moment. Pulse Dodge coin, which is probably a more of a bigger deal. We're waiting for the staking to come out. This chart is still looking very good. When we get that staking out, we're going to change the plane to green because Gunther is starting, Wolverine, I should say, is starting to fly a bit higher. And we get staking in. This is going to be very good to try and attack that $10 in my view, and the all-time high. We will be waiting for that. We'll see. Obviously, the timing is going to be important as well, depending on what competition is out there. In terms of Hedron, ICOSA, just other things that are attracting people's attention. But definitely that's looking good. Once the staking comes out, I kind of consider it the next big play. We will see it's currently $3.62. So it's up a little bit, about 12 cents from the first live stream. Let's jump over to, we're going to close out of both of those now. We're just going to go to the wildcards, the related ones here, PZen at the moment. And of course, this not broken out yet. Had 2 double tops here at the moment. And let's see, it's got a higher low. Let's see whether it can build itself up into an uptrend and break out, above, say, 7/10 of a penny. That's kind of where we're looking at there. If you're gonna speculate on that, that's you need to use version 2 of the liquidity pool. Now, the Dodeca one, that there is currently at 55 cents. So made a nice little recovery here from 18.5 cents, but very speculative, and these tend to spiral down. We will see how they go. Obviously, with the trade volume, if you're holding 369 Dodeca, you're probably getting a decent amount of Hex dividends at this stage. But of course, as it winds down, the lower it gets. Apparently, the sacrifice price was about 8 cents. So if that's true, I have no reason to doubt it. Then there we go. Still a lot of profit in there from the original people. And of course, if they want to, if they're believers, if the believers are still remaining, maybe it can, continue on. We'll be watching this one. It is a wild card and it is a speculative. So we'll see how it goes. Now, typically, what happens with the community is it sort of wanes down. People move on to other things, particularly the original people who drain the pool a lot as well. But we'll see. If it's buying Hex, that's a good thing. Can't complain. All right, cool. We're back to the Hex, though. Hex at 4.3. That's pretty nice. Hit Maxi at 9.1. Feeling good. And Hedron, they're just under 6,000 at 5,927. Not too bad at all. Let's get rid of let's make that big and get rid of the RSI. I'm going to pull that down a little bit there and stick on the 4 principal charts there. Let's get into the chats. We've got a few more comments. What's there? We got Blake in there. Dude, did you see Pulsepot's first auction? The PLS roulette sold for 25 ETH. Yeah, we talked about it in the first live stream, Blake. It was our third topic of the morning. Now there is a new auction every day for other tables until sold. Yeah, we'll pull up Pulsepot. But yeah, it sold for, what was it, 42,000, I think, dollars, I think it was. We'll pick that up again there, Blake, but we have covered it in the first live stream. Impressive result, Blake, impressive. Now, obviously, you have to fund that table if you're going to operate it for profit with the liquidity pair. But that was a really nice opening. That is the Pulse table, by the way, for roulette. And roulette's very popular. Pulse, obviously, the native token of Pulsechain. That was a pretty awesome one. We'll see what the next one up is. Pulsex. We're going to have a look at that too. Every individual owns themselves and has free will choice. Creepy. The majority love taking orders. That is kind of true, Jonathan. Very true, unfortunately. And a lot of intelligent people seem to be pretty silly too sometimes. Scott Jackson says, how many Hex would you need to own to be considered a whale, says Scott. You mean a whale? A whale, typically, typically a whale in Hex is 1% of the shares. That's typically how we define it, Scott. So that's a lot. That's about 6 billion, I think. 6 billion or something to be a whale. So that's not, let me rephrase that. Let me think again. Let me just do the numbers on that. It's about 10 million. No, it's actually bigger than that. So let me do the numbers. Yeah, about I guess about 100,000. Let me do 10.4 million. About 100,000 T shares. I think that's right. 100,000 T shares. That's a big amount. Yeah, are you dreaming of that, Scott? I doubt that anybody can get anything like that these days. But yeah. All right, cool. Let's jump away. We're gonna have a look at what else there. I think that's kind of it. We've got 4.3 cents on Hex. We've got Maxi at 9.1, and we've got Hedron at almost, almost at 6,000. Has hit 6,000. It's got to hit 7272 to reach the all-time high. And of course, we do have our pumpamentals on that. So let's pull in our pumpamentals on that one. Go to Koza. Pull it in. Scott says, thank you. Yeah. That's a pretty big number, man. We won't be seeing any of those. Only people that got that sort of stuff are people that got in early. There's only like to buy Hex on the market, there's only like 250,000 or something. It's pretty small. Actually, how much is on the market, just to double check. Depends which number. If you look into Hex, it's a little different than the numbers here. 250 million. There are 247 million Hex on the market, so there's no chance in high waters. If you could buy all that, 47, 300, 1, 2, 3. If you could buy all that and you divide that by the share rate, 23,332. The maximum, if you could buy all that Hex in the liquidity pools, you could only get 10,600 T shares. So it's nothing. It would get you to 1/10 of that. So that might get you to a shark. You'd be able to be a shark if you could buy all that. That's pretty much it. And of course, if you divide that by, if you staked it out for 10 years, then you would be a big shark. That's pretty much it. You'd be a big shark. There'd be about 31,500 T shares if you could do that. So yeah, 31,800 T shares if you staked it out 10 years. If you could buy all that, of course you can't do that with a AMM there. But hey, dreams are free. Just shows you how relatively scarce it is. So we talk about scarcity in two forms. There's a circulating supply you can describe in a couple of ways. But basically, we talk about circulating supply and we talk about liquidity in the pool, because both, obviously the circulating supply has more of a propensity impact of the price of Hex over time, and the liquidity pool has that squared ratio or square root ratio there as you got buying or selling going on. All right, cool. I think that's it. Let's put in the price at the moment of Hex is 4.3. This is not what I was actually going to be doing, but we'll put that in there. So 0.3, that gives us an indication that about $1.27, and that's what we see. We see about $1.30, so that's cool. That's working out well. Where am I going here? Back here, yeah, about $1.30, so it's working out pretty similar. What else have we got here? We were not going to look at that, though. We're looking at the pumpamentals. The pumpamentals all the way over here. So pumpamentals here, let's put that in. Where we're putting in the Hedron price, which is currently at, I keep moving to the wrong one. Currently at, Hedron is currently at 5928. So we'll put that in. 5928. It's not too different from when we put this in last time. 5928. And of course, that puts us at, we need a 1.7x to get to quadruple 01. We need a 1.2x to get to all-time high. So once again, we're back ready to pounce on that if the market's going to go there. So we will see. The theoretical price, about 000494. That's P share divided by the average stake length. That's 83x from here. And of course, for you moon boys out there and moon girls, we've got all-time high of just under 0.2 of a penny from the all-time low of 175 on my charts, which is a 295x from here. I think when I first set the spreadsheet up, we were starting off at about 333x or something. So we're only 295x or something like that. Maybe it was before that, but yeah, definitely this is in view right now. At least this one here. This is in view next, and then that one next, and then maybe a little while later, maybe further down the track, we get target this number here. So cool. Woo! All right, so that's fun. Now, obviously, with the Hex God Whale, maybe we'll get there. we're expecting to have a lot of these HSI buybacks come up on the 13th, 14th of November onwards, and it's going to be pretty epic. The massive ICOSA payout and Hedron burn when these things come out. Expecting 40, 50,000 T-shares, something like that. It's expected, so it's going to be pretty epic. A lot of 555 stakes going on there. Right, cool. What else have we got going there? Hey, Jonathan, yeah, probably, I think you just got moderated, so was timed out. Yeah, probably too many similar messages there. That's right, Jonathan. We appreciate what you do, Jonathan. Yeah. All right, what else we got there? Katie says Superman, Sonic Boom, absolutely. Scott, yeah, I think that's about it on there. So good to see everybody. And we'll see Jonathan back. Hey, Get Hex, probably no need to time out Jonathan on that one next time. Jonathan means well, just probably just getting a bit carried away with all the comments there. But it's great to see Jonathan in the chat as always. What else there? Name says minted team again. Name, you are a boss. You're still in the top 10, right? You're still in the top 10. I hope so. So, yeah. Nice one. Yeah, definitely nice one. All right, cool. That's where we're at. Let's do a refresh of the team again. Let's refresh that. Let me know. We're going to have a look at Pulsepot in a second. Just stay tuned for that. We're going to look at that. So, yeah, currently looking pretty good there, man. Not much change in the numbers there at the moment, but looking pretty good. Let's bring up Pulsepot. Let's go to Pulsepot on the Pulsepot. I have tweeted out a few tweets around Pulsepot. Now, Pulsepot is a speculative play, so just let me be very clear about that. So when I'm talking about that, you have good context compared to, it's crypto is generally speculative, but we have a more conservative speculation and a more risky speculation. So we're talking about more risky speculation. But here we go. And they're going to be launching on the 14th September on BNB. I'm so excited about that. And they're going to be, really revolutionizing the gaming space. I have another YouTube channel, and I promote promote Betfury on there. And, so that's been really successful. But the Pulsepot is really revolutionizing and creating a whole new area of gaming, particularly decentralized contracts and owning the house as well, which is fantastic. So I'm very excited about where they're heading with the innovation. This is really frontier stuff in crypto. Really do like it a lot. Anyway, so they've got the auctions up at the moment. Obviously, the roulette's gone, and the PLSX a roulette table is up for grabs at the moment. I think that's actually open. So let me. This is what we had last time. So Pulse is 7 hours ago. Pulsechain NFT sold for 25.7 ETH, as previously mentioned in the chat there. We talked about in the live stream, and of course, look at that, $41,270 at the time. Wasn't that impressive? It was 5 minutes ago at the time. 41,000. So that's pretty neat. Now you got to fund this, right? So. You got to fund this table, and of course, the contract will only let someone bet money if the contract is able to honor that contract. So if someone does 25,000 max bet and there's not $900,000 in there, because if you won that on a 136, it's like $900,000 windfall. So if there's not $900,000 in liquidity pool provided by the owner of the NFT, then that's not the contract's not going to let that be played. Now, if you put in $1,000 and there was $36,000 in liquidity in there, that would probably get approved and get locked in, and so you have a chance of winning that. So remember, 1 in 36 is a 2.8% chance of winning. So that's pretty much it. I think when you do if you did red or black, I think that's like a 47% chance of winning. So there's always a house edge, right? So yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting to see this all play out. Now, obviously, this is for people that like iGaming or casinos, stuff like that. So very cool. Next up is PulseX, ends in 24 hours. So they were all coming up. They're all staggered, these ones. So PulseX at the moment, let's see what it's got. It's got 1 ETH. That's the minimum bid. Reserve price has not been met yet. It's got 15 hours and 22 minutes to go. Now, I expect this to go for a decent price as well, because obviously PulseX is going to be huge. And as I sometimes argue, it could be a mega dex there. Yeah, it's going to be pretty fun. Well, when I say mega dex, that means it might even challenge the value of the main chain, Pulsechain. possibly, and it seems very good chance in the first year that might do that. Maybe not in the short term, but over a longer period of time. The other thing, of course, that may be a mega DEX, and I always define that as being challenging the centralized exchanges like even Binance itself. Who knows? This ecosystem is so epic. It won't happen straight away, of course, but it could ramp up to that, over a 18-month period. That is definitely plausible. So we're watching that. Now, obviously, there's been an offer here, 0.005. That was an offer put on there. I don't know whether we did that, but yeah, that was not in play. Someone put in an offer of 1.5, but canceled that. So that's still ticking away there for the Pulse Dodge, Pulse X one there. Now, some of the features of this, it's a $20,000 max bet, so it's lower than the Pulse one. It's European style, which is the same, but it's Pulse X, and then it's the only one that has that. And it's got a 2.75% fee, so that's actually lower than the Pulse table, which had a 3% fee, and that's on the profit. So a fee gets taken on the profits, which is about 2.75, 2.8 or something. I can't remember the exact. I think it's around there. And of course, that then goes and buys PLSP, the native token, and buys and burns that, so it reduces the PLSP supply on that particular chain. So these ones are all for Pulsechain, and of course Pulsechain hasn't launched yet. They are launching their first games on BNB on the 14th, and that means they're going to issue the million PLSP tokens on that chain because they're doing 5 chains. And then of course that means, and then later on they're going to be doing the NFTs for the BNB chain, so they're coming later. So they'll actually be operational probably before Pulsechain launches at this rate. We'll wait and see about that. All right, so cool. That is what's happening there with the Pulsepot. So that's one of those really innovative speculative plays that's going to be fun to watch in the gaming space. So very nice. All right, cool. Let's see where we are at the stage. Let's come back to the chat. Probably got a few nice other people in there. Sorry, Jonathan, blaming my grandson, says GetX. That's all good. What perpetual pools is the best strategy? Says her girl. Oh man, well, there's lots of different strategies out there, Herv. I actually kind of feel this just depends whether you're going to hold long or short, because I actually feel that there's quite a good thing to do in the decky, and put all the stuff in the decky, and then you could trade the premium once it goes live. That's kind of where I feel is the optimal strategy, but everyone's got their own strategy. That's for sure. What else there? Perpetual pool, do you think is best? So I just told you that, the decky one there. Jonathan says too many beautiful thoughts. Obviously, says Jonathan. Yeah, you overloaded on the beautiful thoughts there, Jonathan. But we do appreciate you, Jonathan. And yes, Superman has known me for a while. He knows my spirit. That's true. I do, and I have known Jonathan for a very long time online. So a big shout out to Jonathan there. Yeah, GetX. Wasn't aware of you, Jonathan. So probably I got a bit surprised. Anyway, hey, Brennan's in house there. Howdy, Brennan. Good to see you. Everyone seems like they're not doing much from the poll at the moment. Let's have a look at that. Actually, I forgot that I put the poll up, which is hilarious. All right, so 34 minutes, 38 votes. Have you minted team, minted perpetuals, minted both? None. All right, so that's kind of where we're at this stage. We might end up closing that. So minted team, 13%, minted perpetuals 5%, and minted both 13%. So we're going to end the result there. I'm going to do another poll on are you going to be minting? And that way Brendan will get his questions asked there. That's a cool poll. So 68% said none, 13% said minted team. So what have you done so far? Minted both, 13%, minted perpetuals 5%. What will you mint in the next 20 days, say? 20 days. Let's go from there. We've got team, perpetuals, both. This is the sort of second one. This is a future looking one. Not participating. Right, cool. Get into that one. James Bond says, I'm a Hedron guy. I know you are, James. You're doing pretty well too. Well done to you, James. And of course, the price is going up pretty nicely. There is the Hedron 5930. And of course, that orange line is the all-time high. And of course, we did look at that, only a 1.2x from here to get to that, which is pretty exciting, and a bit of room to move on the RSI. So look, we're following that pretty closely. Managed to rebound here. Apparently the Hex Godwell's come in here a little bit here, which is interesting because Hex Godwell's already got a lot of Hedron, So that's pretty interesting if that's true. I haven't seen any evidence of that, but I will try and confirm that because other people have said that has happened. So that's cool. I just haven't had a chance to get, to go and have a look for it. So yeah. What else we got there? Brennan says riding the Hedron rocket ship at the moment. That's right. I think a lot of people are. And of course, the rocket ships, sometimes they land. So we'll find out if it does. I had money. I found out that it is a tool. Thankfully, I found Hex. I'm able to help people now and give the freedom. Richard, help me give freedom to people. That's beautiful, Jonathan. Yeah, Hex has done pretty amazing. And of course, it's only getting warmed up. It is definitely, after this pullback at the moment, definitely a good dollar cost average entry for the next big move at some stage that it will make. There's a couple of things that will move the price. And of course, we do talk about those from time to time on this channel. James Bott says, I wish everybody's projects good fortune, though. Nice one, James. And of course, I was put here to help individuals. Nice one, Jonathan. We appreciate that. All right, so cool. Let's get into it. So we've got Maxi at the moment at 9.1 cents. And I was actually going to pull up the, let me pull up the, I was going to pull up the Maxi chart. Let me know in the chat if there's anything else you want me to look at, something of interest. That's not what I was trying to do. Let me look at the Maxi here. I was going to go to Maxi. Bam, bam. And let's have a look here. So these are some of the recent trades on Maxi. Let's get rid of the RSI. These are some of the recent trades. So we've got a little bit of give and take here going on in terms of the price. Buying Maxi. Some small players selling Maxi. Like I say, with the Hedron, we could be seeing quite a bit of switching out the Hedron since Hedron's on another move up. And we had some, decent selling in there. Just trying to look for some good buys in there at the moment. That's kind of it. No particularly big buys. We did see some yesterday. So yeah, we're seeing some bigger sales, but a lot of small buys at the moment. That's typically what we're seeing. So there we go. That's what we're at the action at the moment on the old trades. And what I was going to go have a look at the Maxi contract. And of course, we've got the total supply at 293.3 million Maxi, 5,605 holders. The holders are going down, of course, as people mint with their Maxi. We've got the holders here. We're going to look at these. We've got the Hedron deployer. What will the Hedron deployer do? And look at this, man. This is the team contract here. Number 2 whale, 19 million. It is only 8 million away from crossing over past the Hedron deployer. And will the Hedron deployer go and mint team? We're going to find out. We've got 20 days to go, pretty much, or it's probably more that on the countdown. But that's pretty neat. And then the rest of these whales, what will all these other whales do? A lot of them are just going to wait and see. Some of them may not move at all. They're quite happy with their Maxi. They're not going to be moving. They know that Maxi is going to become more scarce. We looked at that already. Burn, we've already got 1.3% burn plus stuff going into reward pool. Going to be off the market for years. So there's lots of strategies going on, competing. Some of them are competing against each other. We're going to have some sort of net outcome versus the prices and things like that. And that's going to be fun to see. All right, so that's going on with the chain. And, of course, we've got all these big whales and Maxi, lots of them, man. This is pretty crazy. And let's have a look here. That almost looks like the origin counter. So we've got 54 holders, 53 holders now over 1 million. We had 56, I think, when we started. I think it was 56 or 58, one of those two. 56, I think it was. So we're down about 2. So we're definitely seeing whales move out. And, of course, under 500,000 here. What's that one there? V3. After 500,000 here, we're going all the way there to page 3. And we can see that we're down to 102, which less the pools. We've got one pool there and one pool here. So 2 pools. So what did we say? So we had down 500,000. So 102. So we were at about 110. So we're down about eight wallets, I think. Something like that. Down about 8 wallets. So definitely things have moved. We'll see how we get on. Yeah, things are going pretty crazy there. So many decent sized holders too. So we're going to watch that pretty closely. So that's what's going on there. I'm very excited for the Hedron deployer, and of course this year becoming number 1. That'll probably happen tomorrow at this rate. So we're watching that pretty closely. Maybe, yeah, well, let's see if we get this run rate up, then yeah, we could cross that over tomorrow. And of course, this will hit the Maxi team account will be the biggest And then remember, at the end of 21 days, all this maxi will be redistributed. 20% will be burned to this maxi, and 30% will go to the reward pool, and 50% will go to the mystery box. So this stuff's going to be redistributed. This number 2, pretty nice. So if you want to check that out, I'll post that in the chat. Make sure I get the right one. Bam. And I checked it out. All right, cool. What else we got going on there? I think we've got human Hex traffic in the house. Good to see. What up, family? Get Hex says so. Was filling silly forms and listening at the same time, then seeing all the messages and thought they were bots. Yeah. Jonathan, you bot. No matter what, most individuals didn't know that they know themselves. They had no clue about free choice. I was put here to help freedom go forward. Nice one, Jonathan. Appreciate that. All right. Delete that bit. Hexagons are here to help people. They certainly are, Jonathan. They certainly are. All right, cool. That's kind of where we're at this stage. We're going to jump back. I've actually opened that up twice, so we're going to close that down. And we're going to refresh the old results here. Very exciting start, man. Like I say, looking really, really good. 7.32 million. 7.3. Let me just put more digits on this so I can see it a bit clearer. Whether I need to change any of the numbers. Is that going up there? Why is that not formatting there? Why has it done that? That's crazy. 3-2. It must be the way I've done it. The 3-2 there. I'm going to add this in. Let me add this in. No, that's fine. We're fine. 6.8, 6.9, 13.98 million. We've got a total of around 35 million now. And of course, we're coming up to probably close to, there it goes. We're coming up close to, we've got 2 minute digits now. We're coming up close to close to 24 hours. And of course, we've got the projected here, looking good, man. This is looking good. We can keep this up, even if we get, different days and then a surge at the end. If we can get anything, 600 million, you guys know is my target. Some people are targeting $1 billion. The Maxi team talked about $1 billion. I'll be happy with 600 million, but $1 billion would be even better. Like, amazing. That's Hex off the market, off the circulating supply. That's what we're all about here. And of course, that is the biggest outcome from a Hex point of view. From the investor's point of view, is the cool premium and all the features that you get. But like I say, if you're going to go for some of these, you may want to also go for you may also want to go for the team as well, so that you can get the full suite of products. Here are the indicative APYs for each of those. Seems pretty clear to me, probably which one you could go in for the highest premium. And then, of course, even if you want to trade out of it, you'll be trading out of a higher premium asset. Kind of seems like an obvious strategy. Let me know if there's any flaw with that logic in the chat there. All right, cool. All right, so let's pull up. I was going to pull up. What was I pulling up? I was going to pull up something else. Yes, they're going to go to the DApp. So we're going to go to the Maximus DAO and have a look at the website. So if you're wanting to mint the base perpetuals, this is the official website. I have done 2 videos giving a basic guide through. So that would be cool. 600 million locked up. We'll see Hex at $10 next bull run, says Brennan. Well, it's definitely a big contributor. We've already seen, probably, I don't know, I'm just guessing, but probably 200 million go through the HSI buybacks. It could be somewhere in that ballpark. I haven't seen the latest number, but that could be way up there. So imagine another 600 mil. Just incredible numbers, really. This is amazing, says Bob. It is. I love my TCS, says Jonathan. We all do, Jonathan. That's what we're chasing. Chase the old T-shares. So very cool. So I've done videos on this, so on team and on perpetuals. But if we go on the team here, we click mint. Basically, if you've already got some maxi, you can buy a new swap. It will match it. And of course, we connect our wallets up. Make sure I'm on the right one here. That will do. I'm not doing anything else, so cool. Let's wait for this to log on. So this is your maxi. So if you got maxi, you put your maxi in pretty much. You put 10,000. Let's put 100,000 maxi in. Yeah, like a boss. If you only had 10,000, you put 10,000. Let's do 10,000. That's probably a bit more. We've got 20 days and 70 hours to go. So this clock, even though we're up to almost 24 hours, this clock has actually only started 6 hours ago. So this is so that it will end exactly at 0 UTC time. So we're pretty much 21 days and how many hours? So we've got 6 hours. take off that off the 24. We're almost at 24, so that's about 18 hours. So we're almost at 21 days and 18 hours. So it's a little bit longer from the looks of it. It's got 20 days remaining there, but 17 hours. So yeah, it looks like we've had a bit 21 days and 18 hours is kind of the deployment area, which is cool. But anyway, you can mint pretty easy. You have to approve the maxi spend, and then you can mint the team. So there's 1 and then 2, and then you can add the team to your MetaMask, so you can see it in your MetaMask. You will be able to see it on the blockchain, but you can add it to your MetaMask where you go. Once you get that, of course, you can go and stake your team tokens, and of course that's where you're going to get the reward. Pretty lucrative too. So that's pretty nice. And it says stake before the 27th of September at 0 UTC time to earn rewards from the staking year 1. Now remember, the mystery box cannot stake at this time because the mystery box gets all of its team token copies at the end of the launch phase. So it cannot stake in the first year. Only you, the individuals, can stake their team, which is pretty interesting. So cool, you stake, and of course you'll have your liquid wallet team in there that you've got just minted, and then you can click stake the team, and away you go. So it's another little fee there, no doubt. So cool. Just click the stake and away. Not sure if it actually does that, but yeah. Right, cool. That is pretty much it. Let's jump back out of there, and we're going to go to the Perpetuals. And of course, you did a similar thing with the Perpetuals. If you've got Hex in your wallet, not Maxi this time, you can click on each of these. They'll all open up a separate URL for each dApp, and you can click any of these. So if you're going to go for the 10-year one, for example, it's going to bring up the 10-year one, and you connect your wallet, away you do. And I agree, connect the dApp, and of course, it's going to pull that up. If you've got Hex in your wallet, you'll be able to mint yourself some of these. Now, this is different from Maxi, right? So when you put Maxi to mint team, you don't get your Maxi back, only if you stake, and then you'll get some of the rewards back later. If there's a low staking percentage, then you're likely to get a lot of your Maxi back. It's pretty much it. Now, on the difference with the Perpetuals, they're all staking pools. So you don't lose the Hex you put in. You just get an ownership token in return that tells you that you own this Hex in the stake. Because at the end of 21 days, all the Hex that goes in here is going to be staked out for 10 years. So you basically, on this particular one, the Decky, and you're going to get that your ownership token. The Decky will say that you own a certain amount of T shares in this, or B shares in this stake. So basically, you put in your Hex. Let's say you had 10,000 Hex. You're going to have to approve the spend first, and then once you've done that, you'll be able to mint, and then you can add the Decky to your MetaMask. That's simple. It's really that easy. And of course, you can buy Hex on Uniswap or via Matcher or something like that. Once you have obviously, if you decide, oh no, I want to back out, I feel I'm not comfortable, I want to, whatever reason, you can actually put your Maxi back in here and redeem in the first 21 days. So as long as the countdown's going, as long as the countdown is ticking down, the 20 days there, you can back out with the redemption. So there is a redemption if you want to back out, but very few people do that. But if you wanted to, that's fine. Now, there's also a dashboard as well, and this dashboard will show you the value of your of what's going on with the Decky stake pool. And as you can see, we're almost at 14 million hexes in the pool. So remember, it's a 1-to-1 mint. So whatever the Decky is, there's also the same amount of hex until it stakes. And then once it stakes, of course, it's going to accrue. There'll only ever be this many Decky, but the amount of hex that will accrue will go up. And so they will start the same on the first day. But then once the hex stake rolls over, it will start earning hex, and they will start separating. The volume of hex will increase. The Decky will always stay the same, whatever it was at the end of the 21-day period, which is on day 1028. That's the hex day 1028, and of course, it's currently hex day 1008 at the moment. Now, that's cool. What else there? Stake start date, end date, and you got your total supply stuff down here. So that's kind of a cool dashboard. And of course, there's one for every single one. So if you wanted to change, you got a little up down here. You can change to the 7-year. It's going to just update and show you the 7-year staking pool at the top here. So it's pretty cool. You don't have to switch around. You can just change that up at the top menu for the mints. So cool. Now the mints, we're going to jump back to the mint again. So it's got your trio. All you have to do is hit the top up here and hit the trio, and you can do that. So it's pretty cool. So you don't have to go back to the website to do that. You can just hit any of these, and that will work as well. So it's pretty cool. All right, so very nice stuff happening there. All right, cool. Spread the word, folks, and share the love. Now, if you've got Team Token, then you're encouraged to spread the word about the pools as well, because your rewards are based on how big the pools are. And at the moment, it looks very successful. As I say, a linear projection of day one is looking very nice indeed. So we'll see how this goes as we go through every day. So I'm going to try and update this and give a reasonable projection every day we go through. All right, so we've got a couple of comments in the house. We got Jory, appreciate the big thanks. Yeah, Jory's the first person to use the thanks, which is where you can do when you're not on live streams. Underneath the video, there's a thanks support, and you can throw some thanks. It's like a super sticker thing, but you throw some thanks, and I really do appreciate that, Jory, and used that twice now, so a big shout out. And a new member too. Awesome stuff, Jory, appreciate that. Big shout out. Have to do a Superman power down for that one as well. Have to do a triple actually because of all the awesome stuff to do. Appreciate the support there, Jory. Mika's in house here. Question, can you add Maximus team to an existing stake that you have already done, yes or no? The answer is I'm not sure what you mean by that, but can you add Maximus team to an existing stake that you have already done, yes or no? I don't know why Katie's gone yes here, but no, the answer is no to that. Can you add Maximus team to an existing stake? Maximus team to you're talking about you can add another Maximus team stake. So that would be a yes if you want to do that. Not to the original. I think it just sets up separate team stakes for the team. That's what I did in the test net. So I think that's the case. UFO's in there. UFO has landed. You can have as many team stakes as you want. That's pretty much the way it works. All right, let's finish the question there. We got 15 votes. What will you mint in the next 20 days? Team, Perpetuals, both not participating. So that's cool. We're going to end that in a little wee while. We'll keep that open. We're almost up to an hour. So big shout outs. Let us get into it. I think that's kind of where we are. We've got the markets looking pretty good. BTC moving back up again, 19,858. We've got ETH moving up at 1666, up 6%. This is really promising. We do have the stock markets opening tomorrow. It's Labor Day in the US. What's just wrapped up. Yeah, exciting times. All right, so cool. Let's have a look at the charts. 4.3 on Hex. What's happening to Hex? Are we going to move on to Hex? Bring it on. 9.1 on Maxi. Just slowly and surely, but all the actions definitely been dominated by Hedron at the moment, and of course had a second move back up there from got down as low as 4,555, and of course is now back up at 5,900. Has been as high as 6,078, and of course definitely has a chance to got a nice little slope in here. Definitely got a nice chance to have an attack at the all-time high 1.2x from here. We'll be looking pretty close to that. And yeah, not too bad. We've got $100,000 in the team Maxi team pool there, and COSA currently at $1.31. That's pretty right there. And yeah, let's see how we go. I'm gonna leave it on that charts for the time being. Don't know if we've got anything from Richard Hart. Let's have a look. Richard Hart's been doing much on the Twitter. He's making a few comments about stuff. Crypto. Did the Great Reset mean the euro going to zero? Definitely has gone subpar to the US dollar there. So that is that the US dollar? I think it is. Yeah, euro US dollar. So it's gone below parity. That's pretty sad. Obviously, with the Russians turning off the gas, it could be a very cold winter indeed. The Russians, that was a no-brainer. But unfortunately, the people that are in the opposite side of our political worldview don't know what they're doing, and they always fall for these traps. But nevertheless, this is the way it goes. Russia switches off Europe's main gas pipeline until sanctions are lifted. That was kind of a no-brainer. But these guys can't see things like that because they're, yeah, you know what I mean. It's just the usual. I had to put up with people like this when I used to work in the certain industries. So, all right, cool. What else there? Let's go on to it. We got UFO says Trio looks good, and I bet it matures during the next bull market for choice payout. Yeah, that's a good chance of that, UFO. The other one is, of course, the lucky one here is maturing just before all the 10-year stakes in the year 2030, just before them all. So that's also bullish from that point of view. So it's going to be fun. Let's refresh this. See if we've hit 14 mil on the on the Decky. Oh, we're so close to 14 mil on a Decky there. 6.9 on Lucky, 6.88 on Trio. Pretty similar numbers here, actually, and 7.3 on the base. Now, we do, this is kind of lining up, actually, with the original survey. And, of course, this one here is doing slightly better than the original survey. But, of course, people now know that this is coming up for the 10-year stakes in 2030, so probably not surprising there. T-shares are adding up, though. 378, 475, 711, 1804 there. So it's looking pretty good too. Actually, don't have that on here. Maybe we should add that in as well. That's probably the one thing that Dipcatcher should add is as a total to these numbers. That'd be pretty cool. So that we don't have to. I wouldn't have to add it up then. But that's just really lazy of me. This just makes it easier rather than having to switch out. Bam. All right, cool. And let's see what we've got there. We're gonna match all that. Hopefully that all formats correctly. Bam. That one didn't add up anything. Let's have a look. Oh, why is that 2 lines? Is it? Have we got 2 lines? Can't even remember what line it is there. All right, cool. Let's pull that. Let's zoom that down. Bam. T-shares. Right, and what happened there? That should have a summary. I used to be good at all the shortcuts and that, but rusty these days. 3,368 T-shares. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. 3,368 T-shares. That's getting up there. That's getting up there. It's almost 10% of the maxi stake. That's not bad in one day. Dave Downer says, should this maxi buying minting affect Hex price on a daily basis? Well, theoretically, we should see buying pressure on Hex, Dave, but it may take a little while to ramp up. We saw some unusual numbers start off yesterday, but over time, we should see some buying onto Hex as the word spreads and these pools get bigger. That's what we're expecting. We don't know how much, but it should be giving us some buying pressure on Hex. That's what we're expecting. I always use numbers like 60 million to 90 million, somewhere in that ballpark. We've got 10 to 15%, but the market's going to tell us how much they're going to buy. We've got a lot of liquid Hex sitting in people's wallets. We've got about 3 billion, over 3 billion in Hex and stakes coming out over the same period of time. So, you know, and of course, people buying a market that's kind of the 3 sources there. UFO bagged up with a Hex to Hedron swap, now staking the heady bag. Was it bagged up with the Hex to Hedron swap? What bagged up big with the Hex to Hedron swap, now staking the, was it the heady bag, staking the Hedron? Okay, cool, yeah. So we've got a bit of that going on too. We've got people swapping into Hedron at the moment, obviously being the one that the people are chasing the most at the moment. Accumulating all, says Rothko, and getting ready for the bull in coming years. Nice one, Rothko. Yeah, there's lots of people doing that too. All right, so cool. That is where we're at the moment. We're just coming up to 1 hour and 3 minutes, which is pretty nice. Let's see how we get on here. So Hex at 4.3, and Maxi at just under 9 cents. And of course, Hedron there is the shining light at the moment at 5,800. We'll see. We've got a long way to go. 20 days. 20 days and 17 hours ago, basically, since we're doing slightly longer than 21 days. We've got that long to go from the looks of it. So 0 UTC time on the 27th is when we finish the maxi team at Perpetuals. So a long way to go. Spread the word. Spread the word. Go forth. Go forth and tell and multiply. That's the way. The more people in the team, in the Perpetuals, the bigger the rewards in team. I feel almost like I had a premonition about this, probably just because I've seen this before in crypto, but that's the way it goes. All right, cool. The other thing, of course, is we're waiting for this thing here. That's now up to 90.1 million, and of course, you can see that on here. We are like a boss here. Let's refresh this again. It's like 90.1. That's like awesome. Look at that, 9.11. Woo-hoo-hoo! The burn's almost up to 4 million burn, almost 6 million in the maxi rebate, and almost 10 million in the maxi mystery box. It's fun times. I love this stuff, man. It's gonna be so much fun. Watching this play out will be fun indeed. All right, so let's jump over to we will see interesting stuff with Hedron. Will we see some people, if they profit take again later on, where will that go to, right? Where will the profit taking from Hedron go if that occurs? So we'll be looking out for that too. There's lots of different things we're going to wait and see. All right, how are we up to? 20 votes, 25 minutes. Let's end the poll on the poll vote there. What I need to have a drink because I'm getting a bit parched. What will you mint in the next 20 days? Not participating, 40%. Both 34%. So it's 1 in 3 people. We only got 20 votes, but that's still decent. Team 20% and Perpetuals 5%. So team very popular. So yeah, we'll see how we get on. All right, that's 20 people though. You know, it's not quite big enough cast net. Typically you want like 70, 80 people, maybe more, to give you something a bit more interesting. But yeah, we're going to be watching this. Hey, well, this I wonder if this will flip the Hedron deployer tomorrow. I wonder if the Maxi will flip the Hedron deployer. That would be fun. UFO says the Hedron burn during the November exercise sack liquidation will be a mountain of Hedron. That's true. Better watch how much will disappear. The whales are coming, folks. It's UFO. That's true. Yeah, massive Hedron, massive ICOSA inflation event and payout too. So true. And lots of HSI winnings for people. The millionaires will be coming. That's for sure. All right, cool. What else we got going on here? I think that's pretty much. We've got the market looking good, the market lifting, and we've got the charts looking not too bad. Just a little quiet, but Hedron's moving. We will see whether we hit it tomorrow. Will we hit overnight? Because the Americans are all awake overnight. So currently it's pretty early in the morning for them. I know a few of you are actually up just 24/7 anyway. But for those that do sleep during the night, it's currently 10 past 12 in Los Angeles at the moment, and they've just flicked into Tuesday. New York is currently 10 past 3 in New York in the morning. So most Americans, unless they're partying in Las Vegas, should be asleep, and maybe a few others out there. And of course, we've got the time in the UK is now 10 past 8 in the morning UK. So good morning, UK, Wales, Scotland, Ireland, and England. Welcome to the party. And of course, everyone in Europe there's probably waking up. So hello to all of you. Now, what time? The time in Tokyo is pretty similar as 10 past 4. So it's close to it's only 3 hours behind New Zealand time. So welcome to everybody in Japan there as well. Although I'm not sure if we've had people from Japan in the chat. So yep. All right. Exciting time. We haven't heard one thing we haven't heard is from Rack and Rochelle. We've not heard from Rack and Rochelle for a while. He was going to be doing a lot more multimedia, so I'm not sure what he's been up to. Maybe he's just got busy with corporate life. That happens, you know, with what they're doing, or maybe he's on holiday. Who knows? One of the two. So definitely waiting for that. We've had nothing from Pulse Bitcoin. We're waiting for a launch for that. Now it's probably closer than we think with the launch here. So we're waiting for that. So because he put out this on the 5th of September, what's the best pump-movable way of launching a project, surprise launch or a launch countdown? So this got to be getting pretty close for Pulse Dogecoin. So we're keeping an eye on that. Obviously, Power City is got their big party on Las Vegas. So that's going to be cool. And that is apparently sold out. So that's on the, what day is that on again? The 7th of September. So that's coming on 7th of September, Wednesday, 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning. That's going to be crazy, that party. That will be crazy. Big shout out to Brian, Craig, and yeah, just hope you guys have a good time out over there in LA. And I did watch a bit of Craig's video in the making there too. This is 12 hours ago, playing some golf. So it's pretty cool. Is that Jim Rat Crypto? It is. And he can do backflips. Wow. That's awesome from Jim Rat Crypto. Is he wearing a mustache? I didn't realize he had a mustache, but looks like that. So that's Jim Rat Crypto. They're having some fun. What else there? Just Us Jesse. So lots of people hanging out. That's pretty cool. Looks like they're having a good time. Some cool images there of the inside. This is where people are hanging out. All the KSB TV and all the prizes and stuff like that. So it's pretty neat. That looks like the front door. Actually, I hadn't seen that. Thank you, sponsors. So there's all the sponsors there in there. So it's pretty cool. Internet Money, KSB TV, everyone else. So it's pretty cool. What's that one there? That's the front door of the golf place. So that's pretty neat. Pulse Masters Golf Tournament. Apparently, they're going to have this every year. So this is a new thing they're going to have every year now. And I think it'll be pretty popular based on how many people are tuned up there. Oh, there's KG. That's Corey Costa. So I've got Corey's name now. There's obviously Just Ask Jesse and a few others there as well. So cool to see them all having fun. So lots of very nice. I think that's probably it on there. The Golf Masters. A whole 10 sponsor. RH is the pin, and there's the big surprise at tee off. Oh no, this is the whole number 10. Pulse Masters Power hold number 10. RH is the pin, and there's another big surprise at tee off. That's hilarious, man. That is pretty funny. You got to laugh at that. That's hilarious. Power set is ready. Number 10 hold there. I guess it's quite hot there, right? Still, even though it's just moved into autumn there. It's probably very hot there. Someone having muffins and coffee. That's pretty good to me. So some nice stuff there from Just Ask Jesse posting around that. So it's pretty cool. Everyone's having lots of fun in Las Vegas, Nevada. What else there? Liquid Loans did an update. They did an update here. What else do they do up here? Yeah, did their DeFi and Pulsechain news update with Matt. He's killing it over there on that channel. Big shout out to him. Retweet that out. So it's pretty cool. What else is going out? Now, we're waiting for Liquid Loans DAP, remember? That was actually due at the end of the month or beginning of September. So that's still a bit late on the DAP. But at least they got the sacrifice balances out. I think that's it. Now, on Hedron front, Dev Huey often has cool little alpha updates. Let's have a look, see where he's got some. I don't know if he's been giving any out lately on his old charts. Does little cool charts. 5th September, no, nothing there. So that's cool. Finally, we've got probably a few more in here. What else? The Hedron. Let's go to Hedron. And not sure if they've been posting anything out here. 24th on the Hedron there, going live. So no, nothing there. Don't know if Alex has got anything on his. 5th September. Godwell believes, do you? Oh, that's a Godwell there. So it's the 5th September. So it's cool. What's that? $7 million in Hedron. So it's pretty cool. It's got $139 million there. And good old Hedron. Wow, that's incredible, isn't it? That's pretty cool. That's a nice one there. That's around the Hex Godwell. So I was talking about that. So there we are. That's cool. We're up to 107.2 trillion Hedron. Can you believe it? And that's amazing. And we've got 23, almost 24 in there. So that's amazing. Right, cool. That is pretty much it. Let's go back to the charts. Let's refresh our numbers here. Perpetual pools. Let's refresh that. We got 7.32 in the base. We've got 6.99 in Trio, 7 in Lucky, 14.1 in Decky. And we're currently basically around about 24 hours into it. So I might just update my spreadsheet and put that in there. Let's put that on there. And this is pretty much 24 hours after they launched. But they're actually going longer than that. So like 21 days and 17 hours from the looks of it. So that's cool. I have to redo that again now. All right, cool. And 7 on that one. That's cool. So 7. They're pretty close, aren't they? That's cool. And what's that one? I'm going to reformat them afterwards. 14.1. And bam. So that's pretty much the... what happened there? What happened there? That happened. And hopefully that's terrible. All right, let's paste that in there again. And bam. So yeah, we're pretty much 24 hours. 35.4 million. Projected on a linear projection, 743 over 21 days. Let's see how we get on. And I haven't done an update of the T-shares, but that's pretty much, might as well do that. Let's do the T-shares too. 378, 483, is it? 483, 721, 483, 483, and 721. And finally, what's the last one? 818. So 818, bam. So that's our T-shares. That's pretty much a 24-hour number. Although, you know, we're just got the launch looks like it's 21 days and 17 hours at this stage. The team, let's have a look here. The team, 19.11 million. And that's looking really, really nice. A 3.82 burn. 3.82 burn. So it looks like we're at 1.3% there, and of course the team there at 911. So that's looking pretty good. 6.5 there on that one. So cool. Actually, I might update that. So 6.52% is in the team. This is amazing results. Really a bullish signal for the next 20 days or so. It's going to be fun to see that play out. We've got the charts at the moment. We've got Hex at 4.3 cents. Good place to finish. We're pretty much around about 9 cents on Maxi. We're 5,800 on Hedron and a Koza at $1.31. Pretty cool. Hope you guys enjoyed the coverage today. UFO says, Superman, what do you think will happen once we reach discovery limits on for Hedron? I see Moon. Well, definitely, I guess that would be the case there, UFO. It's certainly surprising to the upside at the moment. There are a lot of people with big extra turns, so they seem to be hobbling at this stage. It was big profit taking yesterday, though, or the day before, so that was cool. John says, I was put here to help the individual. Appreciate that, Jonathan. Great way to finish the live stream. I will catch you guys tomorrow for 2 more live streams, of course. And everybody out in Las Vegas, have a great time. Everyone else around the world, enjoy yourself, dollar cost average, and pick up those portfolios. We own the best ecosystem on the planet, and Pulsechain's not even here, so it's going to be a lot of fun. The last thing, of course, I've got a Pulsechain video coming along in about 5 hours' time, so you'll see that too. It should be good. All right, bye. Katie says, cheers all. Let's play out some funky music on the way out. We might play, instead of Liquid Lines, instead of Power City, we might play out Liquid Lines. What do you guys reckon? I think so. If I can find it, that is. No, I can't find it. So it looks like Power City it is. Power City it is. I'm not sure where Liquid Lines is gone, actually. Oh, here it is. Is that it? Yeah, okay, this is the one here. All right, take care, everybody. Bye for now. Peace.